All right, autofocus. Are we there? Not really. There we go. All right, that looks kind of clear. Sorry for the non-focusedness, and I think my head may be out of this frame, but I am shooting this by myself, and the autofocus on this camera is not great. Okay, so I always get asked how I do my chalkboards, and I have to do a seating chart chalkboard for my lovely niece who's getting married this weekend. So I figured it'd be a perfect opportunity to make a video and show you guys my process. I'm not quite sure how I feel about revealing all these secrets, because I think some people just think that I'm like a magician or I have super good handwriting, and none of those things are true. So this will show you my entire process from start to finish, so you can make awesome chalkboards all on your own with really no skill. All right, so what you'll need is some white chalk, some chalkboard pens, some tape, and just a regular old ballpoint pen. The next and most important thing you're gonna need is the image that you're going to be transferring onto your chalkboard or whatever surface you're working on. It could be a printout from your desktop printer at home. This is a huge chalkboard, so I had to get this enlarged at Kinko's. I think it cost me $6, but it was well worth it. Hang tight, I'm gonna rewind that for just a second. Okay, so I created this artwork in a program called Adobe InDesign. I set my document size just slightly under my chalkboard and then saved it as a PDF for Kinko's to print to scale. Obviously doesn't have to be done with a seating chart. You could do this with any quote or printout that you have at home. The transfer process is the same. Next up, you're gonna wanna flip that page over, grab the small piece of chalk that you have, and just cover the entire back of the print with chalk. Leave no space unchalked. What this is doing, it's putting a little layer of chalk on the back of your print. You're gonna apply pressure to the front of that when you're done, and that's gonna cause the chalk to transfer onto whatever surface that you're working on. So anywhere you want your transfer to be, there has to be chalk on that. By the time you're done, your little nub of chalk should look pretty shredded. All right, once you're all chalked up, you're gonna wanna flip the image back over and center it exactly where you want it on your chalkboard. Grab that clear tape and go ahead and really tightly secure the top of that print. Just the top. You don't wanna do the sides, because if you make a mistake or you notice that something's not transferring, you're gonna wanna use that tape line almost like a hinge. So it keeps your print in one spot, but it kind of allows you to pull your print up, check your transfer status, and then flip it back down and have it stay in that same place, just in case you need to make adjustments. And now comes the fun part, the transfer. So you're gonna go ahead and grab that ballpoint pen, or really any pen that has a nice thick tip that you can apply a lot of pressure to. Pressure is key when you do this transfer. You're gonna go over and trace all of those letters, making sure to apply pressure so that that chalk that we put on the back of our print is gonna transfer onto our chalkboard. I wanna take a second and kind of have you look at the F and find your seat. It's kind of a scripty font. Make sure that on that downstroke, that nice thick stroke on the F, that you trace both the outside and the inside of that stroke. So when you fill it in, you'll have the nice variations in line weight, just the way that that font was intended to display. It'll look a lot better that way. Okay, moment of truth. Go ahead and pull back your artwork very gently, making sure not to damage the tape, and check to see if it transferred. If you're pleased with the results, take your chalk pen and go ahead and trace over the lines. So like I said before, this was a huge chalkboard. I think there was like 200 names on it, and it took me about 2.5 hours to finish. I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse through this warp speed. I wish I could work that fast. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like this. Post questions and comments below, and thanks so much for watching.